It's the same network under some new ownership. Good evening, NBA and Laker fans, and welcome into the Lakers 365 Network, your 24/7 365 comprehensive home of the NBA and your 16-time NBA champion, LA Lakers. Good evening, Laker Nation, and welcome into tonight's edition of Lakers 365 here on the Lakers 365 Network. Now suiting up together with the worldwide Laker gang for life. Good evening, everybody. Alongside a trio of NBA, of a trio of Laker diehard fans tonight here on the program. We are alongside folks, of course, Chris Woodmansey via we are now, folks, going to be doing it over conference call now here on the network. We are now joined here tonight by two brand new faces and voices to the network here. We are joined here tonight via conference call this evening by Eric and Arturo from the Worldwide Laker Gang for Life. It's a ongoing running Lakers fan group across social media, and they have Eric was kind enough, folks, to offer us some advice on how to improve our product here. And of course, we are always looking to improve products here across the Lakers and Sparks network. Eric, if you're there, man, good evening, and how's it going tonight? All right, so Eric is we're trying, folks. We know we were supposed to be coming on here about an hour ago, but we have tried our best to get a few of these technical difficulties straightened out here, which we're still working on gathering right now at this point in time. Arturo, if you're there, buddy, how's it going?
Oh, hello. How's it going?
Everything's going well. Again, you know, this was Eric's idea. We watched our show last night and contacted Chris and saying that he had a few ideas to improve our product here. And folks, in case you're wondering right now, we're doing a dry run here real quick, folks, because we want you great Laker and NBA fans out there to basically come on here and have your voices heard, guys. You guys can call into our conference call at 401-283-5987, 401-283-5987. Punch in the PIN number 32001, and you will be automatically onto our viewing screen, and you can call into the show to have your voice about the Lake Show or the NBA heard live on the World Wide Web. Now, again, folks, you're also joined by Chris Woodmansey in Anaheim, and, of course, we have Eric and Arturo, and, of course, Callan McClurg here in San Diego. Now, again, folks, we're still trying to work a few things out because we are going to be coming on here for a dry run here at 9:30 tonight to get some of these issues worked out here, and that has not really helped out just yet. But, again, we are, joined here by Arturo, Eric, and Chris Woodmansey. Now, guys, the talking point across the Laker world tonight is the news of the day posted earlier, but again, due to his reoccurring back injury, Lakers point guard Steve Nash has been ruled out for the entire 2014-15 season after consultations with Laker medical staff. Both Nash and the organization believe it is time to focus on rest and rehabilitation at this time. Arturo, when you heard the news, man, I mean, it's sort of been, you know, a domino effect for Steve Nash. His non-displaced fracture his first season with the Lakers, the back problems, the nerve damage. Now this happens. Arturo, is it pretty rough to see Steve Nash in this condition this late in his career right now, or what do you think?
Man, no comment on the injury, though, but it just sucks, man. Steve Nash got injured, and I kind of knew the nerves won't go away that easy. Like, the nerve is, like, coming back at him, and just, like, makes everything worse. His back is not, like, all hurt, and I think he would also suffer a hamstring sooner or later. That's one of the nerves that he caused to have. And I don't know, his nerve has just been like odd for the last 2 years. So I don't think he could hold up. I respect Nash. He's really good, no lie. And he's a two-time MVP for a reason. He's really good. And he's like the greatest passer I've ever seen. Like, man, I wish we had other point guards like that. But, man, I gotta say, Steve Nash, he passed his prime. And I don't think his body wouldn't handle it, and it's just been rough.
Arturo, and now Chris, we'll go to you, man. I mean, you know, as we talked about a few weeks ago after the Jazz played the Lakers, about how we were sort of jokingly, I guess, kind of ripping Steve Nash for how his back flared up here after he was moving luggage around his house. Chris, to see Steve Nash in this condition, man, is, you know, something that I think we've dreaded for a bit as Laker fans. When you know about his problems with his displaced fracture his first season. Chris, I mean, at this point in time, man, is it finally time that Steve Nash puts up, you know, hangs up the shoes and puts a you know, a suit and tie on and goes and joins the front office somewhere, Chris? Or is there even really, I mean, is at this point, is it even worthwhile for Nash to sit out this year and come back next season, going into his age 41 season next year?
No, I think it's now this time out for the season. I think it's just best for Steve Nash to just hang up his boots and just retire.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, so many injuries. Again, you know, the non-displaced fracture in Game 2 in Portland in his first year. Last year it comes back, then it's the hamstring, then the back flares up, then the nerve damage starts. I mean, you know, this is something that's going south. But again, folks, if you've not heard the big news of the day, but again, Lakers guard Steve Nash, the oldest active player in the NBA, out for the 2014-15 season due to continued back issues, including nerve damage in his injured back. Now, Arturo, as we go back to you, man, we are just now under 24 hours away from the last preseason game of a 2014 NBA season. The Lakers take on the Sacramento Kings tomorrow night at 7 o'clock from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. Arturo, going back to last night where the Lakers played a full game last night. They came, you know, they were very aggressive last night. Without Kobe last night, they beat the Blazers 94-86. Arturo, what did you see differently from the Lakers last night than what he may not have saw when they lost to the Suns in Anaheim a couple days ago?
Man, if you're talking about the Suns game, we should have won that game. That game was a fluke after Wesley Johnson missed those 2 free throws. I was highly disappointed at that. Like, it just killed my vibe seeing Wesley Johnson miss 2 easy free throws. He busted a Shaq doing that. And, yeah, it just cost us the game. But, hey, it was pretty good. And the good part is that I see the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant. He is back. He is, like, back into his normal self. He ain't playing around. He's hungry for his 6th ring. And he's showing the whole world how hungry he is. And I know how it feels. I know how he feels about winning a championship regardless of, like, what the team is and all that. Like, he still believes he could win the chip. Against the Portland Trailblazers, man, the bench, they're really good. That's a surprise. Julius Randle, he's my young Zebo. He's my mini Zach Randolph, you know? Like, he's really good, really athletic. He works good with the feet, and also with he has good paint work and all that. Julius Randle, he's going to be a monster in years. So he was one of the big reasons we had this successful win last night. And I didn't watch the game last night, like the full game, because I was busy with other things. But I did see the replay before I went to bed yesterday, and I saw how Julius Randle and the whole bench was dominating.
You know,
in Portland, Portland, they didn't start Marcus Aldridge, Batum, or Wesley Matthews, or any of that Lopez. I think it was Lillard and a bunch of bench players. That's probably why we defeated Portland that easy, because I just know Portland ain't a good team to mess with. But, like, Portland is a challenge. Like, how good are those players? They're a challenge. But, like, we take challenges, and we will succeed and learn how to win against those best teams like that.
Yeah, Portland, only played one starter last night. That was Damian Lillard because he's been bothered by a couple of foot injuries during the some of the preseason games right now. But again, as you said, no Aldridge, no Matthews, no Batum last night. Again, the Lakers beat the Blazers last night in Ontario, 94-86. Now, Arturo, looking forward to tomorrow night. The Lakers take on the Kings tomorrow. We're probably again we're not going to see Kobe tomorrow night or any. Probably not going to see any starters on both sides of the ball tomorrow night. Any thoughts about tomorrow night's game? Is it more so of this game playing those reserves, but also not having any more injuries because the Lakers already have enough problems on their injury plate right now?
All right. Number one, Kobe sitting out for the preseason, the final preseason. All right. Number one, yes, good idea, because Kobe needs to be all rested up and get as healthy as he gets. He's trying to prepare for the beginning of the season, and once the season begins, I really hope to Lord that the rhythm keeps going like a good positive way throughout the whole season, and we'll be successful.
Again, folks, Lakers Kings tomorrow night. Again, folks, Lakers Kings yeah, folks, Lakers Kings tomorrow night to wrap up the NBA preseason. Catch the game at 7 o'clock from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet or on the radio on ESPN LA 710.
Yeah, Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. That's my show. I screw other sports network show like ESPN and all that. Screw that. Time Warner Cable Sportsnet is my thing.
TWCSN and just completely rocks. So again, if you folks want to get involved here, if you guys are tuning in or watching us right now, you guys can hop onto our conference call and let your voice be heard. Again, call into the program at 401-283-5987 and punch in the PIN number of 32001 and let your Laker voice be heard on the air. And we will be back here again, folks, tomorrow night after the Lakers take on the Kings tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So, Arturo, as we keep looking around here again, more so the big news again, no Steve Nash now for the remainder of the season because of his back problems. Arturo, if you were to name name a preseason MVP, I guess, or a player or a player you've been watching quite often during the preseason, who's been the one or maybe two players that have really caught your eye during this preseason affair?
Man, I don't know who will be MVP right now. I haven't watched any other games besides Laker games facing hard opponents. That's the only preseasons I've been watching. The teams, I don't know who will be MVP. I gotta say Kobe. He should be MVP. Real talk.
I think everybody agrees with that one about Kobe being MVP. Arturo, I look at it this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, only missing 2 games, because of rest, and it's the last 2 games. I look at it this way that, I'm not going to necessarily go with a star player in this case. I'm looking at guys that are vying for that last roster spot. Ronnie Price has been a player that I've liked watching. Ed Davis is another guy, more so Price because Big Game James said, a Big Game James said on the broadcast, I believe, a couple nights ago. He said that Price does things on that Ronnie Price does, play so well that there's things that don't go on the score sheet that people don't see, which was how he was playing great defense. And I even said this last night too, is he's kind of sort of vaguely reminds me a bit of a young Michael Cooper of how he's played great defense in all 7 games he's played so far. He's been a guy I like watching. And then Ed Davis, I think he's got a starting job perhaps sometime in the future with the Lakers going forward. But Arturo, if you had to give the Lakers a preseason grade in regards to play, their record, what would you give their preseason grade wise and why? I mean, at this point in time, it might be tough to sort of do it if you haven't caught a lot of games. Right now I'm kind of saying it's a C+, but that can improve if they play well tomorrow night. What do you think, though?
Good for the preseason for the Lakers. I love my Lakers, and I will always love my Lakers. I was raised as a Laker, and I'm a Laker baby. That's for damn sure. And what's it called? I'll give the Lakers grade a C minus. A C minus because one thing. I give them a C minus because there's 3 blowouts, like twice against Golden State and one against the Jazz. Those blowouts, they're unacceptable. So that's why I give them a C. But they're improving. Like they're getting their defense like handled. That's why I see the last couple games. And their defense will keep improving. And also team chemistry. We need team chemistry too. And just bonding with the new coach, bonding with the new team, the new system. Lots of players, a lot of players are getting used of the Byron Scott system. It takes time, but I believe, like in the beginning of the season, if they keep the rhythm going, then they're going to be successful and be a playoff team. In my belief.
I think we were in the ballpark with grades. I think, preseason, you work those kinks out, as we know. But again, also, it's not a time to have injuries. And again, that's been a talking point, Arturo, for quite some time. Again, is, the health of this Lakers club. Again, it didn't help through 4 games. You had 6 different players injured with injuries. You can't dictate the future or predict the future about injuries. But to be fair, I thought to myself, when I saw those guys go down through 4 games, I thought, this better not be like last season, how everyone's going to be injured, and it's going to be another mediocre season for the Lakers, where through 4 games, you had 6 guys injured. Now, slowly, guys are coming back. Jordan Clarkson's back. Lynn's back. Nash, now that he knows out for the season. You still got to get Henry back, and Kelly back, and Nick Young back, and other players back to full health here. So, like we said, you can't dictate the future about injuries. But again, it's just a matter of getting those guys healthy. So Arturo, real quick, I'll kind of put you back on the spot here, but okay, Xavier Henry, knee and back, Kelly's hamstring, Nick Young's thumb. Which of those 3 players will come back first, and who's going to have a bigger impact on the team when they do come back to the starting lineup or the roster?
Good question, eh? Let's see now. How many people will go injured? First off, it starts with Kelly. Then, no, scratch that. First off was Henry. Henry was injured the most. He was injured the most other than Nash. So, Henry was first. Second was Kelly. Third was Nick Young. Fourth was Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson came back, so that's the first start. And Jimmy Lin came back. So that's 2 out of 5 people that got injured came back first. And we're talking about Nick Young, Swaggy, and Kelly. Nick Young will be the least person who will come back because a torn ligament in his thumb, that's a no joke. He'll take time to heal that. About 5 to 8 weeks. He needs to get used to his thumb and all that. And it's surgery though, so that takes time. So you know how surgery is, it takes a long time to recover and all that. And Ryan Kelly, he'll be the first one to come back because it's just a hamstring or something like that. It ain't that serious, back spasm or knees that Henry has. Henry has to bust. He has to bust a huge mission to countries or trips to get treatment. So that takes longer. So I don't think Henry will start the season. So basically, Ryan Kelly will be the first person that will come back, and then Henry, and then Young. Well, Henry and Young, that'll be a competition who will get there first. It depends, but Young is on a 5 or 8 months, less and all that. He's out for 5 and 8 months. And Henry, he couldn't be out that long. He should be healed and get ready to go. and before Swaggy does. That's what I'm thinking. And who would have a bigger impact? Honestly, I cannot answer that because I need to see. Like, depends. I need to see how they play when they come back and how they do good. Depends who is rusty or who's not, or he's been all clean. You know. The third question, that's hard to answer that. But those two answered it pretty well.
Yeah, tough one to ask or answer, I should say, about guys coming back from injury. Also, folks, also released today was the 2014-15 Lakers salary chart. In case you folks are wondering about Lakers salary, we'll go in order here real quick. Kobe Bryant, 23.5. Jeremy Lin, 14.8. Steve Nash, 9.7. Jordan Hill, $9 million even. After that, Nick Young, 4.9. Carlos Boozer, 3.25. Julius Randle, 2.997. Ryan Kelly, 1.6. Xavier Henry, $1,082,000. Wayne Ellington, 1.063. Then after that, Ed Davis, $981,000. Wesley Johnson, $981,000. Robert Sacre, $915,000. And Jordan Clarkson, rookie minimum, $507,000. Arturo, I wanted to get your take here real quick before we close out for the night, get ready for tomorrow night's game. Jeanie Buss today told ESPN.com in a press release today that basically said that if you're a free agent and you don't want to play for the Lakers or you don't want to play with Kobe Bryant, you are basically a loser for not playing with one of the best players in the game. I think it's fair though that she made that comment because it seems like in the past few years the Lakers have not really gotten those marquee superstars. Like this year, you had Carmelo Anthony and LeBron James out there free on the market. Do you believe, though, that Jeanie is right, that perhaps players are a bit intimidated to come play with Kobe? And are you okay with her calling free agents losers if they don't want to come play with Kobe Bryant in Los Angeles? What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. People that don't want to play with Kobe, free agents, if they don't want to play with Kobe, then yeah, they're losers because for one reason is that Kobe is hungry for a championship. He wants his sixth ring now. He doesn't have time to wait. Like, he doesn't like to wait. Like Kobe, he doesn't have time for that. He doesn't have time for this rebuilding thing. You know, he doesn't have time to rebuild. Like, he wants to win, and he needed like superstars to help him win. Carmelo and LeBron, they're missing out. They would have won a ring with us if he joined us. Like, seriously. Like, Melo, if he wants a ring and the championship experience that bad, he would have come to LA and we'll give him the championship he deserves. Also what Kobe deserves too, and the Lakers organization deserves. Like, we need to deserve to be back into a championship role thing we usually do, and our main goal is we should create another 3P, and if we get one of those superstars and another superstar or something like that, or another decent player for next free agency, hey, we can easily make a 3P or a back-to-back. It depends how good and solid we are.
You know, I think Jeanie Buss has the full right to express what she feels about, you know, her franchise, you know, and I think that it's true, though. I completely agree with Jeanie 100% that it seems like that some players are too chicken to come play for the Lakers because they know they'll have to play with Kobe. And frankly, you know, I mean, honestly, you know, who would not want to play with Kobe? I know that perhaps he's a hothead on the court, but as Arturo just said, he's got the tunnel vision on that sixth championship at time Michael Jordan. And frankly, you know, reading over Jeannie's article right now, and she says, you know, that I completely 100% agree that it just seems like if any free agent, this is quoting Jeanie Buss, folks, any free agent that would be afraid to play with Kobe Bryant is probably a loser. And I'm glad they wouldn't come to the team, close quote, during her interview on SportsCenter early on Thursday morning. And frankly, this is actually, I believe, though, Arturo, this is an act, though, of Jeanie Buss defending the Buss family trust of the ownership group and plus Mitch Kupchak for when the Lakers did re-sign Kobe last year to that 2-year extension worth $48.5 million. But, I mean, it does list, though, that the Lakers have sort of flopped and failed to get free agent signings in. Of course, when they had Dwight Howard and Nash come in 2 years ago, which didn't work very well. And, of course, they failed on Bosh, LeBron, and Anthony this year. So I believe, though, that Jeanie Buss is 100% right that it just seems like no player wants to coexist with Kobe Bryant. And, frankly, it is a business, and that's the player's decision if they don't want to play with Kobe or whatever it is. But again, if you guys want to chime in, do so on Twitter at Lakers_365. Do you agree that Jeanie Buss is defending Kobe Bryant, saying that if any free agent player didn't want to play for the Lakers or they want to play with the Lakers because of Kobe as a loser, do you think that Jeanie Buss has the right to voice her opinion about other players in the league? Let us know, and we'll take your opinions tomorrow night after the game. And frankly, again, Arturo, I'll just reiterate again, but I feel, though, that that Jeanie has the right to speak her mind about players in the league in this case. And obviously, it is what it is. But again, Jeanie Buss feels that if there are free agents out there that don't come and play for the Lakers, they're too afraid to play with Kobe Bryant. She says they're probably a loser, and she's glad they didn't come to play with the Lakers. And Arturo, as we know very well, again, about the Lakers' name, the reputation, the brand about them always having good players. And Jeanie Buss and Jeanie and Jim are trying their best to keep the Buss family name in good spirits in the NBA. But again, real quick though, just before we do wrap up, do you have a problem at all with Jeanie Buss voicing her opinion about this at all, or what?
No, I don't have a problem with that at all. But amen to Jeanie Buss for saying all that. Let me tell you something there. What's it called? About players or free agents that doesn't want to come to the Lakers because of Kobe Bryant, and if they don't want to come play with the Lakers with Kobe and trying to achieve that championship, then the losers. Yeah, hey, teams that with those championships, they're losers. And let me tell you something: LeBron ain't gonna get a championship. No way in hell, not with that team. No defense, and what's it called? What else? And Carmelo won't get in the ring with the Knicks. No way. Knicks barely made the playoffs other years ago. So they could have made an easy trip for them to come over here to LA and win a championship they like to have and deserve. And Jeanie Buss, she is in a championship mode. She wants to get the Lakers back to the way it was, a championship caliber team. We're trying to get back to that title one. We're trying to get back to the way it was and let history repeat itself and make new history and just make this organization more successful. More successful than the other teams in the NBA. Jeanie Buss wants to have the most championship. Jeanie Buss wants to make the Lakers have the most championships in the league, more than the other team, more successful team than others. And she's trying to achieve that goal. And I respect that goal because I would so love to the Lakers to achieve that goal. And I'm hoping, and I always keep my prayers up, and I always believe in my Lakers that they will accomplish this. This task,
And Arturo, I kind of find it funny, too, that ESPN's running another story about Kobe where just a few days ago they basically drove him into the frickin', into the concrete, basically, WWE Undertaker status here, how they basically, land bashed him and, with the rankings and stuff. It's funny, again, that we see another ESPN article coming out about the Lakers and Kobe Bryant going on again once more. But again, folks, Jeanie Buss, in all defense of Kobe Bryant, says that any free agent that would be afraid to come play with Kobe Bryant is probably a loser, and I'm glad they wouldn't come to the team, close quote, during her interview on SportsCenter early on Thursday across ESPN. For more on that, folks, log on to ESPN.com/Los Angeles to read the full article and press release about Jeanie Buss and her comments about defending her superstar, Kobe Bryant, earlier today. And again, folks, the Lakers will take on the Kings tomorrow. But again, folks, the news of the day, though, Steve Nash gone for the season due to flare-ups again in his back and nerve irritation. Again, the Lakers wrap up their preseason schedule tomorrow night against the Kings in Vegas. 7 o'clock tip-off on TWCSN and live on the radio on ESPN LA 710. Well, Arturo, we thank you a lot for joining us tonight here. I know we had a few other people in here, but again, we sort of came on a bit late here because we were trying to work out how to get this stuff working. But thanks for calling in, and we hope to hear from you again sometime soon.
You're welcome. Have a good day. I salute for Running Again for Life. And make sure all of you all check Make sure all of you check in www.lg4l.com.
We will definitely do that. But with that, folks, until tomorrow night, after the Lakers take on the Sacramento Kings to wrap up a 2014 NBA preseason, have a safe night. Drive home safely. Thank you all for coming. And good night now. This has been the Lakers 365 Network, now suiting up with the worldwide Laker Gang for Life. Till then, folks, we'll see you folks back here tomorrow night following the Lakers and Kings game. For Arturo calling in tonight, for Chris Mancy and our new producer, Eric C., Cal McClurg signing off from San Diego. See you folks tomorrow night. Bye-bye.